Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny. In this video, we're going to talk all about skill-based matchmaking because right now the community is in pretty much an uproar. If you go to the feedback forums on Bungie.net, it literally is every single post on the top that's saying, hey, remove skill-based matchmaking. I'm going to read a couple things here. One is a thread of one of those feedbacks that actually explains how the matchmaking works within Destiny. Deej had commented on it and said that that's the way it is, but also an email that we got from Guardian Radio. If you didn't know, you could send an email and have your question read on air. I am a co-host on Guardian Radio, if you didn't know, at feedback@theguardiansofdestiny.com. I'm going to leave that in the description if you guys want to send an email in. But this email does kind of sum up what I want to talk about, which is how does skill-based matchmaking affect us filthy casuals, as I call us, all right? The average folks, the people like me who are not very good, but still want to enjoy the Crucible. And a shout out to Gus in the comment section of one of my videos, which is prompting me to make this video. I know that's redundant. All right, let's read on Bungie.net from this thread, which I'll link in the description, on how matchmaking works. First off, Destiny matches players by region first. The reasons for this are obvious, as players who live closer together will experience less latency when playing. Connection-based matchmaking is great in theory, just like skill-based matchmaking, but it tends to be a lot more fun for one team than the other, as matches are generally blowouts. This may be an improvement for some, as the wins are more fun, but it's something to factor. Even with connection-based matchmaking, once you start playing in fire teams, everything goes out the window. When you have players teamed up from different states and countries across hundreds and thousands of miles, there's going to be a lot of latency just within fire teams. So trying to this is worded weird, connection-based matchmaking versus other teams is going to be hard to do, particularly when I think everyone tends to agree fire teams should face other fire teams. So in a nutshell, that's how it works. Now, let me read you an email that was sent to us at Guardian Radio after listening to Guardian Radio episode 188. This one comes from Cool Sneaky Ben on the Xbox One side. So we were talking about skill-based matchmaking in episode 188. So he says he has a serious issue with our attitude towards skill-based matchmaking and how it just ignores at least half of their player base and the sub 1.0 kill-death ratio half. So an elite player gets matched against other elite players with skill-based matchmaking means they can't play relaxing games? Well, why should this even be a thing? What about the rest of us? How do I get relaxing matches? He says, if there is a fully connection-based matchmaking, my games would likely get harder, and because of my KD, it's no big deal, I would still play, but I guess others would get driven away by this, thus reducing their player pool and making it generally more sweaty. So much less chance of relaxing games, but also a smaller player base. So less chance of viewers for all you streaming, YouTube vids, etc. Then he goes on to say, if ranked playlists were implemented, it would not give elite players their relaxing games. All of the sub 1.0 guys would be playing each other in ranked lists, moving up and down the ranked list while playing people at their level, parentheses, and their level would go up and down as their rank changes. So in this scenario, elite players could play ranked games against themselves, which would be sweaty, and when they do non-ranked playlists, hoping for a relatively easy ride, they also get ranked against themselves because of the sub 1.0 players are avoiding getting pub stomped by ranked playlists. So now, here's my opinion, and I'm going to preface this with a comment I've seen quite a few times in my comment section, where someone says, I would rather take connection-based, have great connection, and get pub stomped. Bullshit, okay? Give me a break. Much to people's chagrin, I do enjoy Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm almost Prestige, well, first Prestige finally. And I'm almost positive that there's no skill-based matchmaking because of two things. One is almost no lag whatsoever. And the second part is that, man, in games like Domination or anything that's objective-based, I cannot win a freaking game. Drifter messaged me back on Twitter saying that the way COD does it is they take the top 4 players in a lobby and they split them up. I don't think that's realistic, okay? The connection's great, but you know what it makes me do? It makes me turn off Call of Duty and either, well, maybe I'll switch to Team Deathmatch because it's a little bit more fun, even though I hate TDM, but it makes me turn it off. It makes me go back to playing Destiny. And I feel like if they went to solely connection-based, hold on, I'm going to have some solutions here in a second, or some opinions. If they go solely connection-based, you will not be having, stop it with the whole thing that, hey, if it's connection-based, I'd rather get my ass kicked, or if my connection's great, I don't care about losing or getting beat up. Bullshit. When they, I think it was like a year ago or something, they tested it out. I'm pretty sure, I don't have my facts here, it was Control, and I believe they switched the skill-based matchmaking off, and it was mainly connection based or even solely based. I'm not 100% sure on it. I know for me, when I jumped into that playlist, I tapped out after about 3 games because I was just absolutely getting destroyed. So what does that do to the average player? It makes them, just like what this guy is trying to say in his email, it makes them not play. It's going to shrink the player pool. That's my opinion. However, what's worse about skill-based matchmaking is not so much that the elitists and the vocal minority, the streamers, the YouTubers who are just beasts at PvP, is, you know what, I'll bring up Tommy Hush for an example. Hush Slays, okay? Poor guy can't find a freaking game because he's too good. I don't know where he's located. I'm pretty sure he's in Europe somewhere. And I see him all the time on Twitter. He's trying to queue, and he can't queue. He's waiting there 10 minutes to find one game. And if he does, it's going to be a lag fest for him. So I see this from both sides. Not just the fact that the elitists want to just play and beat up on us average Joes, okay, so to speak, but also they just want to have a freaking game. And a lot of times, some of these beasts and streamers, when they're, located somewhere, they can't even get a game. So it's a completely double-edged sword. What's the solution? Here's where I don't really have an answer. I say, you know what? It would be nice if Bungie tried some sort of ranked playlist thing, but I don't even really see if that would be a solution. Maybe try a separate game. Try one game mode. You know what? Try the control thing again. They need to get feedback from the player base, because right now, who's screaming? The vocal minority. The majority's not screaming right now. We're not hearing from you guys. We're not hearing for the average players. Test it out, Bungie. Set up a playlist that, you know what? For 1 week, just make everyone suffer. Make it solely connection based and say control, clash, and rift, and gather feedback. See what it's like. See what the community thinks. See, are the posts going to light up and everyone's going to say, this is wonderful, I'm having a great time? Are they going to see all the streamers, like all the beasts out there saying, well, this is wonderful, my game, amazing connections, I'm just destroying people, dropping 60 bombs? Or is Bungie going to look at their internal numbers and see their player base playing Crucible, us average people go, woo, hold on, I have to do my R2D2, drop to 0, or not 0, but you know what I'm saying, drop significantly because us average folk are like, hey, I go in here, connection's great, but I can't kill anyone because I'm getting stomped. When they made that one playlist, that one time, I don't have the specifics, I just remember it favored connection. I tapped out after about 2 to 3 games because I was just getting demolished. Now, I have to also give a disclaimer that I have the luxury of being in New York City, the Northeast. So I usually have a lot of people to connect to. And the fact that I'm a 1.14, actually, you know what? Hey, it went up to a 1.16. Ever since I hit light level 400 on all 3 characters 2 weeks ago, I've been doing nothing but playing PvP every night. And I've been actually taking advantage of skill-based matchmaking. My good buddy Chris in Los Angeles, he's brand new to Destiny. He's got a pretty low kill-death ratio because he's learning to play Destiny. So playing with him every night, I'm getting these ridiculously easy lobbies when I play with him. As soon as I leave him, then he starts having really good games, okay? But as soon as he starts playing with me, because I would bring the kill-death ratio up to 1.146, it gets a little harder for him. And when we add some of my other friends like Mugwam, Ninja Rockstar, whatever, their kill death ratios are higher than mine, then it gets even harder for him. So it's a completely double-edged sword, but I think Bungie should do some sort of test where they set up a playlist or just make a multiple playlist just for 1 week. Make Control, make a Rift, make Clash, make them, throw even Supremacy in there, okay? Throw the major game modes and say, hey, you know what? You guys want connection-based? Okay, we're listening. Here's your connection-based. Then gather feedback. And I can almost guarantee you, the elitists, the popular streamers, everyone, they're going to love it. But I really want Bungie to see what the numbers are going to show. Are they going to show us average folks just leaving? I know for me, I'm sure as hell going to test it out. And if I'm getting stomped nonstop, hey, I'm out of there like Vladimir. And that brings us to the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, whether you disagree or whatever, okay? Leave a dislike if you don't agree with me. I don't care. I want feedback, okay? You leaving dislikes actually helps me get better because I know if I made a crap video or not. Babble mode's engaged. Do me a favor. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually on YouTube. And that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.